Going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's gonna tune in tonight. Got a great interview for y'all. So make sure y'all share this stream because we gonna get into it tonight, family. We gonna get into it. So like I said, shout out to everybody that's gonna tune in tonight. It's very much appreciated, of course. And as y'all can see, I got my man Israel Doctrine back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. He's definitely no stranger to the platform. Y'all could go check out all my other collabs that I did with him. Like I said, he's definitely no stranger to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And I'm glad to have this interview because if y'all haven't been paying attention, there's been a lot that has transpired in the last few days, concerning this brother. And I'm happy he let me be able to interview him and see what's going on as far as the things that took place. A lot of times, you know, people, just make their own assumptions about things, man. But it's always good when you can ask somebody yourself, why they did what they did and what's going on. So shout out to everybody. Um, y'all stay tuned. My brother, he'll be back shortly. And we gonna get this thing together, man. So I appreciate all the love, all the support. And the man of the hour is here. Israel Doctrine.
One the man. Nah, you the man of the album, not me. If they ask who the man, I'm gonna tell them it's you.
What's going on, bro?
Oh man, as you said, it's a lot of stuff. I call the FBI on Hasan Campbell, and shit has been a whirlwind tour since then.
All right, cool. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that because there's a lot that transpired before that. I'm the type of guy I like to get to the root of the problem. So let's go back a little bit. And first, I want you to tell the people what is information activism and how important it is on social media or on the internet, or how important it plays in media today. Touch on that for me real quick, bro.
Well, it's a combination of words. Info activism, information and activism, and making information active on social media platforms is basically what it's all about. Info activism. So what we're doing now is info activism. We're informing people and allowing it to be active or activated in our lives. Simple as that. So instead of standing on street corners with flyers, we make flyers of memes and stuff and we put them up on, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. That's it. So we do activism on social media, informing people of stuff so they can go to a rally or they can go be a flash mob or whatever. Some people call flag parties now. They say we're going to have a flag party. We're going to go flag this YouTuber or whatever. So, you have to be informed by others to be able to do these type of acts. So that's what info activism is. And it's basic.
Okay. Well, I asked you that because today I've been seeing a lot of that. I've been seeing a lot of the news that we see on TV today. A lot of the information they get off the internet now. You know, so that's why I asked you that question too, because a lot of the news that we see and a lot of the things that we hear comes from, you know, what you were talking about. So
because we on social media. If somebody now or somebody shoot a cop and I take out my cell phone and record it, I'm the one with the primary video, audio, or whatever that transpired. So every individual can be a news reporter now and report or do info activism. You know what I'm saying? You think it was a crime, you want to fight the crime, turn on your camera, report the crime, inform people. Voila. Info activism, social media activism.
right. So now, you know, me and you, we've been following each other for a while. We've been supporting each other for a while. And I've noticed at the beginning of this year is when you really took on this battle of pedophilia in the black community.
Well, 2016, and I said I wanted to do in the 17, and I was doing it more, but people like a Money Wisdom was trying to get in my lane or just steal my motherfucking car and drive it himself. Remember, that's the reason I came over here. I was trying to get this shit to him at first. He didn't want it, so fuck it. You want to do it? And so that's when I first officially a Money Wisdom, but he attacked me and was trying to protect him. So my first official video dealing with this situation was right here on Sheep Steak Sleep with host DS motherfucking one.
Exactly. So now the next question is how what made you focus on the whole Afrika Bambaataa, you know, debacle and the Zulu Nation and all that? What made you pick them?
Well, one could consider me a conscious community Negro, meaning that I worked my way into the conscious community off of Blog Talk, dealing with the and Ra squad and this and that, and then having a debate with Dr. Mayat and dealing with the House of Conscious brand, Black News 102, Sarnetta TV and all of that. So when Sarnetta brought it into the conscious community by having Black media blitz on the play, I was dealing with it too. And so I was all for Hasan, Campbell, Ron Savage, and any victims of Afrika Bambaataa. Let's get this motherfucker was my mentality. And so, as y'all know, I was fighting and I was doing all that. But as I had an interview with him and seen that he was bullshitting because he told me some stuff off air, then he bullshitted on air. And I come to find out he was complicit with all of this due to the fact that he started asking for money, personal money, and not money to help victims. You know, as he claimed, he was a victim and he was an advocate for victims of child molestation, pedophilia, pederasty, and stuff. So I seen him as a fraud. And then that's when I started ringing the alarm. Now, after I started ringing the alarm, like I said, I tried to go to Money Wisdoms. And he was basically taking up for him and allowed him to attack me, and the money attacked me. And I was calling them all kind of bitches and stuff for the act that, you know, he was doing against me. And you know, after that, eventually Hasan started talking about my mother, trying to make it personal with me. It was never personal. So what I did is I started to what happened to that boy movement, because I heard him on Queen's Flip episode 29 talking about he wanted to kill the boy for Bambaataa, in the sense that Bambaataa gave him a picture and he was supposed to put a hit out on the boy. He was supposed to kill the boy, which started to what happened to the boy movement, because in that audio, he says in the beginning, where's the boy? What happened to him? I know I was one of the soldiers that was supposed to kill him, indicating and, you know, saying that the boy is probably dead pretty much, because he was one of the soldiers that was supposed to kill him, and you can't find him and he's nowhere around, quote unquote, he's dead. So I started the what happened to the boy movement, and the start of that got us to where we at today, brother.
So originally, you you was you
I
was
was
there.
a,
You
I
was
was
actually supporting.
I was
And
a sister of her son.
right,
I would have fucked somebody up for her son.
right,
I would have soldiered for his ass because I was soldiering for victims of molestation and those that was molested by Bambaataa.
right. So when did you feel like when? So when he started attacking you, is when you felt like, hey, this dude is really not for the
No,
cause.
he
He really
started.
just trying to be YouTube famous.
No, he attacked me because I was already doing it. When I said I made a video, I said go hard or go home because Kev Gills from Kev Gills TV told him to get the money. I told him get the money and start a center or something for some children to help the children, right? Because he was supposed to be a victim advocate and stuff, right? And you can advocate, but shit, if somebody get molested and they run away and they need somewhere to go, they need a motherfucking safe house. They need somewhere they can go. They might need a place to wash their ass because they don't have facilities to wash their ass and shit. So I was advocating to him create something like that for victims. Sit down, write who, what, when, where, why, and how. And then once you answer that, come up with a name and shit, start a YouTube channel, get the PayPal for that, and take those donations and allocate them towards that type of thing. But he got Hasan, you know, PayPal me at Hasan and money going to Hasan. And as he said the other day, I might just go buy me a fit. I might just go buy me some jewelry and shit because the money is his. It's not allocated towards helping people. As an advocate for child abuse and shit would possibly want to do it. So when he ain't trying to help nobody else, but he's trying to fatten his pockets, I seen it as bullshit and that he was complicit with all of this shit because I started hearing him as he gave an interview with Sarnetta in the Bronx saying that people don't cover up, but him, Mickey Benson, Ice-T manager, and Ahmed Henderson called Star trying to cover up the shit and get his video taken down. You know what I'm saying? So I seen him as a bitch ass nigga and I started attacking him on those premises. The number one premise was what happened to that boy. Before that, it was just you took your video down, you went to the Zulu council meeting, you was complicit to shut the fuck up, and then you got on the phone trying to cover up with Mickey Benson, Ice-T manager, and Ahmed Henderson.
Right, right. Which make a lot of sense, you know, because me and you did a couple shows on this, but it make perfect sense. Like if you're gonna come out and say that, this guy Afrika Bambaataa needs to be stopped because he's a pedophile and he molests a bunch of little boys. Why would you turn around and get your video removed and say, "Oh, I was drunk," if this is what you really wanted to do? So that always looked as suspect to me too. So what happened to that boy 2013? You said he mentioned the boy in the Queen's Flip interview. So break that down for the people for me, bro.
If you give me a second, I'll pull up the audio itself and play it. If you
All
don't have
right,
a
cool,
copy.
cool.
So give me a sec because I'm trying to get this out so we can get as many people over here as possible. But let me go to my Gmail because I got all three videos that I think are good to deal with this. So I'm gonna play the Queen's Flip first, and I'll play the other two later. The Queen's Flip, like I said, episode 29 is the one that highlighted this in the beginning. As I heard this on this video, and I was reading a Noisy Vice Day Wedge, October the 10th, 2016 article in which he said he went to the hospital. Bambaataa asked him to take revenge, and then he went and met up with the boy brother. He bumped into his brother, and they spoke about how his brother stabbed Bambaataa, protecting himself as he was being raped, or Bambaataa was giving him oral sex with a finger up his ass. So I'm getting there. Let me find this audio, then that way the audience can hear for themselves exactly what's going on. If you got a question or something, we could talk about it till it come up.
Well, I hear a lot of, from Hasan rather. I've been hearing he just been throwing around this word jealousy. You're jealous of him, or you actually is attacking him because you work for Sarnetta. Touch on that for me, bro.
Well, I was just on Tommy Sotomayor's show, and I just really said some shit that might be real fucked up to Sarnetta over there, right? But I don't work for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I get money from YouTube for creating, being a YouTube creator, but I don't work for nobody. That's the only, it's not a W-2, but whatever it is that we sign when we become creators and do the ads and stuff, I'm gonna file taxes on my work that I did on YouTube this year. So I'm a self-employed man. I don't work for anybody. Sarnetta just happened to be somebody that I'm collaborating with and fucking up her son and taking her son down. So, he says that because Sarnetta is a bigger platform and he rather that it be, Sarnetta is doing this to me and Sarnetta got a biz and Sarnetta is doing this to me. Not this bummy ass nigga from Arkansas, who got mangy hair and shit is actually beating my motherfucking ass on YouTube. Not this guy that Kev Gill told me that he be putting his audience to sleep. You want to go to sleep? Go over there, listen to him at night, and you will have a good night's sleep because he's boring and he's a, no good ass YouTuber that can't make anything happen. So he would rather people say, well, Sarnetta's fucking her son up, than say, well, that little weak nigga that you was talking about, Israel Doctrine, had your ass on YouTube last night. And they doing me so fake crying and shit. You believe I cried? Nah. But here's the audio. We're gonna get back to that too. I'm with you with everything, but we're gonna go back now, then we're gonna come back. If that's cool with you. That
Yeah, that's good because it's a lot of people listening right now that need to understand the background of a lot of this, because you have a lot of people out here that's supporting Hasan and they don't understand the hypocrisy in this man and how he actually had everybody rooting for him. Nobody ever was just against him when he first came out. But he likes to now come on his platform and make everybody else believe that he's being attacked when no when there's a lot of people who don't understand the background and what actually went on for people to stop believing his story and to start questioning his real reason for even dealing with this thing. So definitely I definitely need you to play that clip for me, bro.
okay, I'm gonna try to play it, but people trying to call me too. I don't know why. But anyway, hopefully they done hung up. Here we go.
Prime example, the dude that stabbed Bam up. Where is he? Where is he? Now I do know I was one of the soldiers that was supposed to hit him. And when I got the picture and seen and did my homework and figured out what was going on and seen the baby in his face, it fucked me up. So what Bam did?
So he was supposed to hit the boy for Bam. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to kill the boy for Bam. Is basically what he's saying.
Right. So this man just openly admitted live in front of millions of people, because this is, y'all can actually go pull this up. Y'all could just go type in Queen's flip the script, episode 29. You said right, bro?
Correct.
And you can watch the whole interview with Hasan. Hasan exposes a lot of stuff. And he like to say people are lying on him. People are editing stuff with his voice. He just admitted out his mouth that night when Bambaataa got stabbed by that boy, that Bambaataa put a hit on him and he was supposed to be the hitman. So nobody's trying to say he's doing anything. He said it himself. He made himself a suspect. Y'all pay attention. He just made himself a suspect. He said that Bambaataa gave him the picture so he can hit the boy. And he said when he looked at the picture, he seen that the boy was so young that, you know, he had to wrestle with the situation.
That's what he said.
So at the end of the day, y'all let that marinate. Y'all let that marinate. Also, question yourselves, why is this man going around doing hits for the same man who, quote unquote, molested and raped him? Why are you doing jobs for your rapist? Why? You see, we got to start thinking for ourselves. Why would this man do anything for someone who was molested and raping him?
Because he loved him. He had Stockholm, he said. That's his excuse, if you ask him.
Right. And he also said that Bam was like his father. So he was basically willing to do anything for Bam because Bam was like his dad. You see? So I'm glad you played that, bro. Now, as far as this boy, did Hasan ever say what happened to him, though?
No, he never said in detail what happened. He said he received a picture, the name, the address, and he went looking for the boy basically because he ran into his brother in a locale around where the boy's supposed to be and spoke to him. So I don't know who this is calling me. I'm gonna try to reach that person because I don't know what's going on. But I'm also trying to put this up on the channel and say we live. It's not letting me get it up there.
All right, cool. So he never said what actually happened to the boy. So at the end of the day, based off what we just heard him say out his own mouth, it's up in the air on whether the boy is dead or alive.
Correct.
And it makes sense that he's not going to say whether the boy is dead or alive because he was the goddamn hitman.
Correct.
So why would he say if the boy is dead or alive? But see, my question is why did he even bring it up if, you know, he was ordered to do this? Why? What is making this guy bring up things that
he
shouldn't be saying?
I am. After he said that, every time he speak on this situation, it's because I ain't pushing the envelope. So let me play one more for you. Now he's trying to explain it in more detail here. After he did that and after the what happened to the board movement, he's trying to explain it in more detail. Let's listen to this detail. I'm trying to pull it up now. Somebody from Chicago show trying to get in touch with me.
Make sure y'all listening, family. Pay attention.
It's taking a little while to come up.
And being around.
Buffer. Let me see if I can take it out for ET and put it to something that's. So
now,
what we about to listen to is Hasan tell us when he was around Bam, this and that, how he don't believe the boy was drugged and raped, but yet and still he was raped, and what he was supposed to do for Bam.
The man.
I don't know what's going on. This Mac has been acting up. Forgive me for faulty product operations.
It's all good, bro. We listening.
Come on, video, quit playing. But go ahead. I'm gonna pause it. Let me see.
The man who raised me.
Here we go. We got it.
It's not the same situation as the man who came forward, because Afrika Bambaataa got stabbed by a young man who allegedly, I say alleged because I never known Afrika Bambaataa to play with drugs.
Come on, man.
So that part I say alleged, but nevertheless, that man woke up, that young man woke up in Afrika Bambaataa's house with Afrika Bambaataa giving him oral sex. That man went into the kitchen. He grabbed a knife. He commenced to stabbing Bam, stabbing him. Ahmed Henderson ran in the room, which is Bambaataa's man.
Why is this doing this? This is, it never does this on me when I'm not on somebody's show.
/ roommate. He ran in the room to help Bam. Ahmed is a black belt. That dude was so mad, he stabbed Ahmed too and ran out of the house. Ahmed is a black belt. Couldn't even stop him. The kid was so mad, swinging that knife. He ran out of that house. I went to the hospital. I was one of the first ones there. Why? Because Bam raised me. No, I wasn't around Bam like that. When y'all see the pictures of me and Bam, that was events that Zulu Nation had. Zulu Nation is my family. I was raised in the Zulu Nation, and some of my family members are Zulu members. Y'all don't understand how deep that goes. But anyway, I went to that hospital. When I got to that hospital and realized what was going on and what the situation was, when I got to Bam's house, after Bam got out of the hospital, to figure out what really, really happened, and he gave me the picture of a light-skinned Puerto Rican little boy that looked just like me as a kid. And he gave me that picture.
He gave him the picture. Why he give you the picture, Hasan? Or why did you take the picture?
Because I was going to be the one who killed that boy for Afrika Bambaataa. No, I didn't kill him.
Because I was going to be the one to kill the boy for Afrika Bambaataa. Did you kill him? No, I didn't kill him. Well, obviously, you're not going to come on here and openly admit to murdering the victim that you was ordered to kill.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
So what y'all just heard once again is this man admitting that he was sent to kill someone for Afrika Bambaataa. Now, this is one thing I want to point out. He said when he looked at the picture, the boy was a little light-skinned Puerto Rican boy who looked like him. Now we understand why he said on Queen's Flip, why he felt some type of way when he looked at the boy. Because when he looked at the boy, he saw himself. So he understood why that boy jumped up and started stabbing Bam. Because he knew Bam molested that little boy and tried to rape him. Because the boy looked like him. So the boy was basically was about to go through the same stuff that he was going through as a boy. See, y'all gotta pay attention to details. You see, but notice what else he said. He was raised by the Zulus. That's his family. And what do we do for family, y'all? Wouldn't we die and kill for family? Y'all got to pay attention to details. You see? So he felt bad about him having to carry out this job because the little boy looked like him. So he already knew what it was. Poppy already knew. You see? Y'all got to pay attention to the little stuff. But what's constantly being said, bro, is people are lying on him. But from what I'm understanding, the two clips you just played, it wasn't you talking. It wasn't Sarnetta talking. It wasn't Michael Edwards talking. It wasn't Kev Gills talking. That was Hasan. So how was somebody lying on him when we are listening to your words? You said you was supposed to be the one to kill the boy. So what happened to that boy is actually
A good question.
exactly. It suits the situation. Anybody would want to know what happened to him.
Seeing that you were supposed to kill him.
Seeing that you were supposed to kill him. So now, bro, do you think the fact that
brother?
I was trying to get you another one. Just
while you work on that, let me ask you this. Do you think the what happened to that boy movement, do you think it became so strong that people on YouTube wants to stop you for creating a movement, or do they want to just stop you because you're talking about Hasan? What do you think it really is?
I'm gonna say like they say. I think they just jealous. That's why they call me a clout chaser, because they see my efforts are being effective. So they like, how the fuck is this Negro taking one subject, talking about it all day, every day, and people was not getting tired of this nigga. He's getting views, and people starting to rally with him, and this motherfucker is gaining clout with this situation. That's why most people has tried to usurp me. They've tried to usurp me and take this argument for themselves. They also have tried to fight against me, some people like Sarnetta. Now, Hasan don't tell people that when Sarnetta called in and say, man, you get off that nigga dick. You look stupid. You an ad. You know him was fighting for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So another question. How do you feel about this trapped in the culture movement? And I'm asking you this because I noticed when I looked at the way they created the title, cult is highlighted. And I've done a few videos. Y'all could definitely go check them out. Where I've been breaking down cult leaders and the cult members. I just did a stream about the 12 characteristics of a cult leader. How do you feel about this trapped in the culture thing that was created by Layla Wills? I think Bambaataa, and the Zulu Nation is a cult, where Bambaataa is the cult leader?
Well, let's take the step back. I'm with you. I'm right there with that question, but I don't want to leave this audio out that attaches to what we was just dealing with before we move. So there's another piece of audio.
That Latino brother, my prayers go out to him. I don't know what's going on with him right now, but my prayers go out to him. He was the last one that we know about the day that Afrika Bambaataa got stabbed. No alleged. I was at the hospital.
No alleged.
No alleged. I seen the picture of the boy. No alleged. I was asked to execute that boy, so he wouldn't spread his story.
So that's him even going in more details that he was supposed to execute him, so he wouldn't be able to say what happened on April 1st, 2013. What happened to that boy, Hasan? Now, that's what I think the Trapped in the Culture or rap cult should be about. She did a double entendre like type of thing with that, because you can find rap and trap, and then it's in a culture, and you find cult in culture. So I think that's where it should start at, because this thing started April 1st, 2013. April 2nd, a brother by the name of Khalil Amani wrote an article about it as he received the news from DJ K. Slater, Drummer King, and weeks later, Star Troy Terrain from Star Chamber Shot 97 also spoke on it. Both of them are in the Trapped in the Culture documentary. And if you don't start there, the question is, why don't you start there? And she don't want to start there because she has to deal with the boy. And she knows that what happened to the boy movement is real. She knows it's out there. I done spoke to her. I done gave her plenty of information. That's I done gave Star. And as Khalil Money is a part of the what happened to the boy movement, shit is just that real. And that's what I say. I believe people basically got jealous of the fact that before you start getting hashtags on Facebook, hashtag P9Rs, what happened, the number 2, that boy 2013, damn near started the hashtag movement on YouTube. And a lot of shit then came from this movement because of the info activism aspect of it, me understanding social media and stuff, and was doing it with Twitter and Facebook. I brought it to YouTube, and these people see these things. And once again, though they might have big numbers, though they may do this and though they may do that, they ain't me. And what I'm doing is successful. And with people speaking about it, like start doing the show, I know the name of that boy, and talking about that and talking about that boy, which they wouldn't be doing if I wasn't doing what I'm doing and started the movement, and all the co-workers that's been over there helping and working in the Facebook group and all that, it wouldn't be shit to talk about. So this platform has been created in the sense of the word. This conversation, from when I got it, has been created and laid out with people like you and other people that I done interviewed and stuff that don't have what people would consider mainstream channels and shit where everybody go watching 20, 90,000, but we over here getting it in, can be recognized and stuff. Because once again, in the history of the what happened to the boy movement and the history of me coming out, going at Hasan, this is the first channel that I officially came to and had the opportunity to speak about this. So if you want to see where it started, all you got to do is type in Israel Doctrine in his search engine on his homepage, and you could go back to the very first interview and see how far we didn't progress from that interview to this interview. It's history, baby. We made history.
Indeed, indeed, definitely. Now, so do you believe the Zulu Nation is a cult?
The Zulu Nation is a gang cult. Yes, I do believe that they're a cult. They are a religious institution, which makes them a ecclesiastical principality. And some of this stuff is due to the fact that in doing that, they're like the Catholic Church, in which state and church is separated. So the state really ain't supposed to get involved in a business, because on a religious level, they might believe in their religious practices that you can have sex with youngsters at that age. But the state says it's against the law. So when you have church and state, and the state ain't supposed to mess with the sovereign spirit of the church, then this is something people don't talk about. But, you know, I deal with separation of church and state, saying that I deal with ecclesiastical principalities and stuff. So, you know, this thing is deeper, and we could talk about it on many levels, but some people, they never, ever can get on the level. They just stuck with what the people feed them in these news cycles on these YouTube channels that is misdirecting them from the shit they really need to be dealt with and talk about.
Right. And that's why I commend you, man, for even having enough courage to come out and speak on this, because I remember when you first said that you were going to begin to bring light to pedophilia in the Black community. And I noticed that that's something that's not really talked about anymore on YouTube, really. You know, I
You
think
can't get no money doing it. Soon you put sexual abuse or child abuse and different stuff in your titles, you're gonna get that yellow flag if you don't get just, you know, cut off completely. You don't get the green flag, which means money. You don't get the green. You get the warning that you're in between the lines, and if you don't censor yourself properly, we're gonna take your opportunity to make a dollar off of you, what you're creating, since we're YouTube creators, away from you.
right. So basically, a lot of platforms stay away from it because it's not profitable.
Yeah, it's not. It don't economically make sense.
Right. But I commend you on bringing this out, because you know, as you know, my whole my whole solution for us as Black folks is we got to heal before we build. And there's a lot of people in what we call the Black community that has been affected by pedophilia, by pederast. You know, I know a couple of people, because I'm from New York, so I know a couple of people that were Nuwapians. I know a couple who are, you know, as you stated earlier, Khalil Wamani, he was, he was a victim of the Yahweh Ben Yahweh code. And now we have Afrika Bambaataa, who basically everyone knows in New York City, and it's not a secret in the streets of New York that Bambaataa was a pedophile. He was a pederast. That's something people knew, you know? So why do you think people are trying to muddy up the narrative and trying to basically get people to stop talking about it?
Well, right before Prodigy died, he was supposed to be doing a play dealing with sexual child abuse and stuff, and he was talking also about children in Africa being snatched up, taken to the UK, and sacrificed, you know, sexed and sacrificed, blood sacrifice after they have sexual rituals with them, because, you know, dealing with comedic and stuff, the sex science and the sex magic is something that's a part of the comedic shit with Aleister Crowley and all of that stuff. So sex magic and stuff. So this shit is big. And when you tackle out Afrika Bambaataa and take him down, if they don't kill him, he's probably gonna name other people. Like, you would figure Bill Cosby was part of a rape culture, as it's called, rape culture, where you drug people back in the days and they ain't even know it when they woke up that you got your son. So it's a rape culture out here. Like, I told stories when I was younger. I started watching porn at 9, so I was trying to be sexual active as much as I could, but I wasn't for children. I didn't touch no children, far as I know back then. I was looking at grown women and I wanted a grown woman. So I could have easily been molested or statutory raped by a grown woman. I was looking on a teacher dress. I used to go to Marshall Fields in Chicago. My mama would take the brush and beat my knuckles and shit because I'd be trying to look up under the mannequins and shit. I was like that, but I was going after grown-ups and older women. So I would run around at like 10, 11, 12 and stuff and be feeling on girls that was 14, 15, 16 and shit, even some trying to graduate because I got a brother like 6, 7 years older than me. So I was feeling on his classmate. Then I got a brother that's like 5 years older than him, and I used to run around and be looking at them. So, you know, the rape culture, feeling on women, the Me Too thing and everything is a prominent thing that, yes, goes on in our community. Some do it with younger and some do it with older. Though they younger, it's statutory rape, but people don't look at a young man having sex with a cougar, if you know, or a muff or whatever, as you know, a horrible thing. They just say he's trying to sow his royal oats at a young age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. You know, there's definitely been some reports in the media where, you know, it was just a teacher having sex with another one of her students, and
Well, I wish that would have happened when I was younger. I wouldn't have had no problem with it, but it's not legal.
right, and what you saying, it makes a lot of sense too. But at the end of the day, rape is rape, you know,
Rape is
and
rape.
and so why do you feel like, you know? Because my question always been to Hasan is, man, if you've been getting molested since you was 12 years old by this man, why didn't you never go to the police itself? So like, why do you think, you know, he never went and told nobody? Why did
Well,
he have to wait till he
I
became a
think
grown man?
I believe he became a willing victim because he had, as he say, previous been molested by a girl and a boy. So I believe his sexual identity or likings became um, disturbed. Cause just being honest with the people, if you jack off, if you're a lady and you playing with your, you know, clitoris and the man playing with his, and you jack off and you can make yourself feel good. If you close your eyes and you don't know who's doing it to you, but they're doing the same motions and things that you do, and you get off, then you know what getting off is, and you know it feel good. Now, if a boy gets you off and you young and you liked it, and you know it can get you off, and you don't have nothing against it, or if a girl do it and you ain't got nothing against it, and then a grown ass man come along and say, "Well, I'm gonna give you candy, money, and you can meet all these famous people and shit. If you let me get you off," and you like, "Well, shit, I like getting off, and it come with benefits. Break me off, my nigga." I believe that's what happened. He became a willing participant, and so he went as long as he could, you know, participating in these sexual acts with this grown ass man.
Right, that makes sense because he also said that, you know, Bam was like the uncle that would pay for you to go through, would pay for you to go to college, but you got to sleep with him, you
Yeah,
know. And
it's a form of prostitution. You gonna
right,
pay for me to go to college? Well, come get this ass, my nigga. And
right,
I believe that's what it was.
and he also said that you know, he would, when he would go to Bam's house, it was fun over there. So, you know, because he got to hang out with all of the rappers. You know, KRS-One was over there, Scott LaRock, all those guys from back then who was somebody was at Bam house. But like he said, once you got over the boogeyman that come and creep in the room at night, he basically normalized, you know, being molested, you know. And to me, that shows that he's highly dysfunctional. Like, he doesn't even understand that he okayed something that is totally wrong. He okayed it because he said it out his own mouth that once you get over it, everything is
Yeah, so he was like, I got over the Bookie monster in the bed, and we did our bedroom boom boom, and I got all the benefits for having sex with this grown-ass man. I could hang out with these brothers. I got protection in the neighborhood. I could do whatever the fuck I want. You ain't gonna fuck with me because I'm Zulu and I'm Bambaata's lover. So, I mean, the benefits outweigh any shame and anything else that came along with it. He said, at least I could trust him to put food on our table. Once again, showing how we had sex and he took care of us. If he probably didn't have sex with him, he wouldn't have showed favor to his household, his other siblings, his mother, and things of that nature, because he was quote unquote a lover of Bambaata's. It came with benefits. So I mean, if you, like I said, if you are getting off and you like getting off and you don't care if it's a man or a woman or a dog or whatever, because you just want to get off, and this is how certain sexual freaks and shit do. They go fuck a hole in the wall. If they could jack off to the wall and get off, they'll do it. So being a young man and Bambaata getting him off, because as Tawana Allen asked him, did you ever bust a nut in his mouth? Well, he said Bambaata like to eat it. There's another dude on Star said, shit, he's swallowing everything. So shit, obviously to climax in a man's mouth, he had to get you the fuck off. So I mean, it's some sick shit, but it's real shit.
right, right. And this is crazy, family. See, you know, what my whole thing about bringing this up is because, you know, a lot of people, you know, this stuff is going on in a lot of Black families, and it's not being talked about. It's almost taboo. You know, this subject is taboo for us as a people. And I feel like, you know, and this is why I commend you so much, bro, because this is something that's not talked about. This is something that's swept under the rug. And I kind of feel like that's what they've been trying to do with this whole situation since you've been really shining a light on it. They've been trying to,
man, they feel like I got
the rug, man.
This nigga got us under siege. We can't go get no water. We can't get no food. Nothing coming in. Nothing going out. And this shit is taking over everything. And if we don't deal with it, he gonna raise to a height we can't fuck with, and we ain't gonna be able to have no conversation in this conversation because he's dominating the fucking conversation. So they mad at me. I got their ass under siege.
So now let's get to this whole, you know, snitching thing.
What snitching thing? I know I ain't snitch, so I don't know what you talking about. Informing the FBI of the acts of Hasan Campbell over the internet. Is that what you want to get into that?
because that everybody's, you know, saying Israel Doctrine is a snitch. You running around, you calling the FBI on people, you a snitch, and you know, I wanna get your take on, first of all, why did you call the FBI on them, and what made you do it now?
Well, they needed to be called. It needed to happen now due to the fact that Star, knowing the boy name, when I came to him and asked him, what's up with this boy thing, and could you join in and let's find the boy? He knew the boy name. He never said, I knew the boy name and I know about that. The boy's all right. Her son just lying. The boy ain't dead. This, that. He didn't say nothing to me. He's basically like, fuck off, nigga. Shit. You and her son have a shootout, and whoever died, we get to moving with the rest of the shit. Fuck y'all. Right? Friends to none of y'all. That's what he say, but he friends with her son. So he's shown me. I went to Layla Wills, the sister with the documentary, Trapped in the Culture. She basically like, oh, I know everything. You don't know shit. You late on this. I done did tremendous research. Fuck off. So then Ron Savage became a part of the What Happened to the Boy movie. Khalil Money, Dave Wedge is even like, yeah, I'm looking for the boy too. Now these two persons working with Dave Wedge ain't even told Dave Wedge they know who the boy is and shit. So, you know, after doing all this, hearing her son make those videos, it was only one video at one time that we could actually point at in Dave Wedge article from Noisy Vice. So limited information. So as the movement went on, and he started saying, "Well, I took the picture because I was gonna be the boy that I was gonna be the one to kill the boy for Afrika Bambaataa." Got him. I was supposed to assassinate him so he won't say nothing. Got him. And then as I steady been listening and stuff, I said, "Oh shit, I missed this one," but he said it on here. He said it numerous of times, but like always, if it's in a big ass thing and you don't really listen to all of it and you're not critical of all of it, you miss it. But me being the asshole that I am and want to bring about what I want to bring about and being critical, I don't miss it. I find it, highlight it, and wait to do a lecture and say, see this, hear this, this is what I'm dealing with.
Okay, okay. So you basically saying that you calling the FBI was like your last resort because you basically exhausted all the resources that
Man,
you were trying to reach out to.
I went to activists in this community. I went to people that was dealing with it. I tried to talk to Lisa Everett. She never got back with me. I tried to talk to Marcy Hamilton. She's a Philadelphia professor, lawyer, and different things that deal with this thing. She's been part of the Catholic Church thing. She's part of the documentary. I tried to make sure that she know that this shit was going on. So if she was going to be in a documentary and then she look up one day and people be like, well, ma'am, there's some shit going on YouTube in which Hasan Campbell, one of the victims, stated that he was supposed to kill the victim of 2013. What do you know about this? And she gets surprised with this shit. So if she's going to be in a documentary, she needs to know what all type of complaints and shit that people have about this due to the fact of what happened to the boy movement and me working on a documentary, What Happened to the Boy, to deal with the prequel, the 2013 up to 16 and beyond, because they don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Give me a sec. Let me try to answer this so I can get these people off the...
So as y'all hear, you know, this is my brother Israel Doctrine. He's definitely dropping bombs on this whole situation. I hope y'all paying close attention, especially the people who have no knowledge of the situation and actually how far it goes back. Y'all actually can check the videos out on my channel. We've done several streams, you know, like he said, I was the first platform he's brought this to. This whole conversation about the Zulu Nation and Hasan Campbell and the plight of what's been going on. So, you know, once again, shout out to my brother Israel Doctrine. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. And can y'all do me a favor and I'm gonna ask the chat something real quick. If you notify the authorities of a pedophile or a rapist in your family or in your neighborhood, is that considered snitching? Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's snitching. Put a 2 in the chat if you think that's not snitching. If you know that there's a pedophile in your neighborhood or within your family, and you know people that they have molested or raped, is snitching, what we call snitching, is that off the table? Or is that something that should be done? If you think no, put a 2 in the chat if you think yes. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. I ain't see no 1s yet. So basically, according to the chat room, it's not snitching when we dealing with pedophiles and rapists. So basically, based on what y'all saying in the chat, that the police and the FBI should have been notified about this. Because see, I agree, big bro. I agree, Israel. You know, if I know somebody that's in my family that's a rapist or a pedophile, I mean, I would handle the situation 2 ways. Either we get him out of here, you know, or we report him to the police. And I don't care if this is a family member of mine or if this was my next door neighbor. I know if I come in contact with some children and they told me that my next door neighbor molested them or raped one of their friends, I'm reporting that shit. So I don't really understand where people is running off with this snitched word, like you told on somebody, like you reported a drug sale or something.
Well, number one, I never did any criminal acts with anybody, and I'm not a co-D with anybody. So I'm not telling on someone to get time removed from my sentence. That's basically what the street code of snitching is. Nigga, both of us robbing, shooting, killing, selling drugs. We agreed to do this shit together. Now that we in trouble, you want to say all the drugs was mine, and you know what I'm saying, and you want to get a lighter sentence. Well, you do the crime, you do the time. I do the crime, I do the time. If you get caught, don't tell on me. I take care of your family, do all that. If you tell on me and I got to go on the run, I might kill up all your family and do other shit to you before I go to jail. And when I meet you in jail, I'm going to try to fuck you up because, nigga, you got caught. Why the fuck you tell on me? You know what I'm saying? That's from the street perspective. I'm not a street dude. I don't do shit in the street. All I do in the streets is go to the store and walk through the streets and travel through the streets. You know what I'm saying? So for us, Hasan and what he doing, I created a movement. He was attacking people in the movement. When Sinetta joined the movement, he was under my protection as the nigga that started the movement. So, like I said, when I seen they playing with the movement and they're allowing this dude to just run free and steady threaten people and say openly that he was supposed to kill the boy, I called the feds and told them everything. And then I went back and emailed both of the officers that came to him, since I had the card and the emails was on the card, and I did that. That's in the private. I did the phone call in the public, and just to let people know that yes, the Fed's probably watching now, and you ain't got to be afraid to call into my show or join the movement and speak about this now, because he might threaten your life for questioning him about what happened to the boy. So to alleviate the monotony and the bullshit that he was pushing in this loop that we in, I called the feds, informed them, info activism, information. I gave them information where they can be active in the situation that's going on YouTube, so they can start watching, listening, and chiming in if need be.
Right. And I totally agree with that. You know, now Hasan has accused you of calling the feds on him before, because he said that the feds showed up to his house before. So, do you have any recollection of that, or did you have anything to do with that?
Nah, I gave people the receipt of what I did, because what I do in the open. I don't do in the dark. I do in the light, so people can see my deeds and make a proper judgment of what I do or done in the public. That's why I made a public record of it. That's why I wanted to make a public record of it. And the woman say, do as you please. She's just not giving me the authority to do so, because whatever we talking about, it could be admissible in court. But when she said she didn't give me the right to record it, then now it's like, well, you recorded some shit I told you don't record it, didn't give you permission. So it's all legal stuff that's going on when you're dealing with this stuff. And that's what this thing turned into, a legal matter, because there's emails going out talking about specifics of a case that shall be made or should be made on the disappearance of that boy, due to the fact that her son said he was supposed to assassinate and kill him so he won't be able to talk. So I'm just making sure when legalities come and legal matters come, that my ass is covered, that I tried to tell everything that I know and inform as many people as I could to bring this thing to justice.
Right. Now, I'm gonna ask you this because I've heard a lot of people mentioning this and, you know, saying it in different chats. Why didn't you notify the police about Bam? Why did you
It's called statute of limitation. It's called statute of limitation and allegations. They allege that Bam did this to them 30 years ago, and the statute of limitation said, we don't give a fuck. You didn't report it when you were supposed to. So when they came out, they felt like there was no justice could be done. They couldn't take it to criminal court. And then they felt like they couldn't get no lawsuit or nothing. And her son also said he didn't want Bam to go to jail and he didn't want to sue him. So at the same time, with him doing that, he programmed the community to say, don't do shit to Bam. Just let Bam go to, you know, counseling and shit and get help for his pedophilia or pederasty. And that's how people dealt with it. And he had a lot of people, because even at the time I was like, this nigga said he forgave Bambaataa. That's some Jesus Christ type shit. I don't believe I can forgive that motherfucker if he done it to me. So he was, as he said about Bam, he mesmerized, he seduced the goddamn community, the crowd that was listening to him. Oh, listen to this victim. He's so forgiving. He's this, that. And he fucked everybody up. You know, so there was no way that it could have been taken at that time. Learning about the boy and coming to the fact that he was under the statute of limitation in the 5-year process that the state of New York give you, then we need the boy, and we need the boy now. We need to prosecute, or the boy is dead, and the conspiracy we can prove because her son's saying it. And once they put enough pressure and Bam and this and that, we'll prosecute that. And if he's dead, you could prosecute the murder. And if Bambaataa raped him, as it was alleged he raped him, drug-induced raped him, then he was underage. He's still under the statute of limitation. This shit can bring down the Zulu Nation. Let's mob on this situation and bring it to a head and get this shit out of the community so we can move on to other things.
So basically, you saying if the boy is alive, then Bam can actually go to jail for it.
Yeah, he raped the boy, drug-induced raped him, and he was underage, the statute of limitation, when it happened, and it could be prosecuted. And Bam also conspired to kill him, which is going to come up, and that is prosecutable, and all this shit is prosecutable. So now we can get Bam out the fucking community. We can get Hasan out the community. We can get man. We can get Mickey Benson. We can get Pepsi. We can get Big F, Muhammad, and all of these people that was complicit with this shit. We can get their ass locked up and out the goddamn community, because they need to be locked up and pulled out the goddamn community and put in general population in somebody's federal or state penitentiary shit.
Right. So basically, you are working on taking down an entire cult. That's a lot of work, brother.
I'm not working on doing a documentary and making money off of it. I'm not working on getting more interviews and getting AdSense money off of it. I'm trying to bring down a goddamn criminal enterprise that people came in the community, told us it was a criminal enterprise, and I'm trying to bring the solution to bring that motherfucker to the ground. And if I do that, yes, my clout is gonna raise, and niggas like, if Carl do that, that nigga gonna be one of the most powerful niggas in the community, and he might be on CNN, and he might do this and when then all these questions you asking me, I'm gonna have some quote unquote big name ass reporter asking me and shit, and niggas like, if we can't go with him, and he won't take us with him, which I'm willing to, as I said before, go on these platforms, but some people, because they're envious and jealous of me, just want to attack me and fuck with me now. As I said before, you would do better just to sit down and interview me and be as rough with me as Tommy was. I felt like Tommy was trying to fuck me up over there. Now, he probably objective hate, meaning, you know, as we'd had issues before, he was asking questions and he was directing the conversation in places where it wouldn't let me get off and wouldn't allow me to express myself like you doing now. But that's because we cool and we did this shit before, and it ain't no envy, jealousy, or shit amongst us. If it is, you're not allowing it to be a part of it, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was tough over there. He made it tough, and he was like, well, why you didn't go at Bambaataa and call the feds on them? So what you asked line up with what he said over there. I don't know if you watched the show and shit and different stuff, but people been asking all these things. I heard a YouTuber say, well, you fucked up because you kept recording and, you know, you said Bam did this. Can you prove that? And I call them people to alert them to the fact that they conspired to murder that boy, and Hasan is threatening people's lives. I didn't call them to say on April the 1st, this is what happened. I got videotape audio. I was sitting right there and, you know, stuck the boy dick in Bam's mouth when he was sucking on it. I wasn't there. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm talking about what was reported.
Right. So, and see, that's my whole thing. Like, I'm very objective with the situation. It's not personal, and I understand what you're saying. Some people are making it kind of personal, and they that's why they trying to get you caught up with certain little questions and all that. See, my whole thing is to get people to understand this whole debacle around Hasan Campbell. You know, people need to understand what this thing is actually about. He's actually a cult member, and he's trying to run from the fact that he had cult duties. And one of those duties was to knock off somebody who was a threat to the cult.
And you can also say at this point a cult leader, because he got 90,000 people that he call his followers, and they damn near would do anything he say, because if he say flag party on this channel tonight, because I'm over here, you might be flagged up like a motherfucker by morning.
See, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Wow. That's crazy. See, I didn't even know that, you know. I didn't even know, you know, that he was even operating like that, you know.
Yeah, he like, if y'all gonna have Israel Doctrine on and he say my name on your channel, I got 90,000 people that I'm gonna direct to your channel and tell them to flag y'all. So if you didn't know, now you know, meaning that you could keep this up, you know, if you don't care or you don't think nothing is gonna happen, or you could take it down because people heard it, you know what I'm saying? And you could wait till his dumb ass go to sleep on it and bring it back later, you know, or you could just let me load it up and let them flag me, and you still get credit because this is DS1's interview. This is his channel where this shit really started off and everything and blah, blah, blah. But this goes to show that he's a cult leader with 90,000 followers, that if he say get you, them motherfuckers gonna get you.
Well, just to let it be known, I'm keeping it up. I mean, hey, do it is what it is with me. You know, I'm not running from nothing. You know, I don't run from cult leaders or cult members. You know, I've had my run-ins with these YouTube cult leaders, and you know, so it's nothing. I'm not worrying about that. But one of my last questions is so if they find out that, let's just say they find out that this boy is alive, but you know, he just never came out and said nothing. Do you think that this puts a hole in your whole theory and everything that you've been trying to do?
No, because at the end of the day, dead or alive, we still want to know what's up with him. Dead or alive, it don't matter. They conspired to kill him for what Hasan said. Either he's given a false report or he's given a true report of what happened when he went to Bambaataa house and he received a picture or didn't receive a picture. But why lie about criminality? That's like saying, as he said with Kev Gill, imagine me fucking your children, or why would you say I want to fuck your children or I fuck your children? Why would you get on the internet and make a verbal, what would you call it? A verbal declaration like that? Why would you declare this shit on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I went and killed. I know somebody got killed, and then say, yeah, I went to kill him or I conspired to kill him. And then the feds come talk to me about the situation. And then I say, I got y'all. I was just bullshitting. That didn't have nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. Now, if he that fucking crazy, once again, the FBI needed to be called because this motherfucker is psycho. He's Andrew Cunanan point 2.0 in EEA. If he willing to fuck himself off by lying like that over the internet, ain't no telling what he would do to an individual he mad at.
Right. No doubt. I got you. And I asked you that because it's like, you know, everybody's saying that. Not everybody, but a lot of people are saying that, you know, there's no proof that the boy is dead. The boy might just be alive and he don't want to come out, and you know, this is just something you're making up for attention. And it's almost like,
Well,
does it really matter? Does it really matter? That's why I asked you that, because in my eyes, it don't really matter if the boy is dead or alive, because it still stands that the boy was date raped.
Let me say this. Hasan called the FBI on me after I did it. He called both officers or one of the officers that came out to his house the first time and left the cards. Now, once he did that, that was disturbing to me because I was like, why would a nigga do that? It don't make no sense. Now, somebody explained to me, it's like, you know, if a woman cheating and you see her at the movie or at the hotel with somebody and she know that you finna go back and tell the old man, I seen your old lady out there with, you know, so-and-so, and yeah, that nigga getting your kitty, right? That when she leave him, she gonna high speed and get home and she gonna try to explain some shit before you explain it, so she can set the precedent of the conversation. And when you come, it's like, well, I already know. Yeah, she was out. She was trying to make sure him and her girlfriend have a good relationship, so she was helping them buy lingerie for, you know what I'm saying? He said, like, this is a feminine mentality, and that's the mentality Hasan had when he did that. Now, I ain't know no other thing to be like, yeah, that makes sense. But when he said that, I was like, now that makes sense. It made more sense than any other thing I could come up with. So what I did is I went back to the Sonetta video, got the emails, and found the phone number where I could talk to one of them personally. I talked to him. And he was like, y'all in that YouTube shit, you know, we the FBI, we're not trying to fuck, blah, 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 blah. But I was like, okay, I understand all that. But let me ask you one thing. Is taking a picture from Bambaataa, if that's what happened, or if that's what he said happened, and conspiring to murder this victim that was said to be existing, as is reported in the news, is that a crime? He said, yeah, that's a crime that we investigate and we, you know, prosecute and shit. So at the end of the day, the FBI investigates those type of things and prosecute them. And that's a conspiracy to murder. And Hasan, Campbell, as y'all heard, has said he conspired with Bambaataa to assassinate that boy, to keep him quiet so he wouldn't tell his story. Now, that's going to be investigated. What's going to happen after that investigation, don't know, but the new Tekashi 6ix9ine, the current Tekashi 6ix9ine, because the old Tekashi 6ix9ine is already in custody, will be visited by them people eventually once again. And he himself said he's going to go down to the office maybe sometime this week, today or tomorrow, and he's going to talk to them about me calling them and talking to them and playing that audio for them. So somehow or another, justice is right around the corner. How it's going to appear, what it's going to look like when it appears, and all of that, I can't tell you, but that motherfucker around the bend.
Right. So now this is my last question, and this is something that I see a lot of people saying. What is the end game for all of this? Because, and I ask you this because I know you know your spiritual practice. You know, you're an Israelite.
I'm a Christian.
Okay, you're a Christian. You're a Christian man. So, and I notice you always say this is principle, not personal. So, as you being a man, a God, do you feel like this is something that should be done? Do you really feel like you're doing the work of a disciple when you're actually taking down this cult out of the Black community? Is that your end game? Is that really what fuels you to keep going? Because other people are saying it's YouTube views.
It's the end game to get the Zulu Nation destroyed, take down, and the first stone to come out of the dab wall that everybody dabbing with all their lies and shit and putting shit up there to keep it up. It's a sun. Once you take that main stone out, you can even call him a cornerstone in this shit. Once you remove that, the whole goddamn wall gonna come down. So, like I said, first stone of brick is Hasan, and then you know Bambaataa, Ahmed Henderson, Muhammad Stanley Bell, Islam, Pepsi, Doc, Jerry, Big F, Muhammad, just everybody that he did name and everybody that was complicit with that shit need to go to jail. I don't give a fuck who they was.
So this is a spiritual mission for you.
I mean, once again, it's just principle. You know, when people do stuff like this, they need to be locked up. And if I can help get them locked up, then I'm gonna help get them locked up. As I said, I was all about shit, whatever happened to Bambaataa, let's do that shit. Now I understand it's more widespread than Bambaataa. So shit, all them names I named and everything, shit, get them all locked up. It's more widespread. Get Hasan ass locked up because he was complicit. He was part of that shit. He was helping covering up. Only when they said he was a snitch and a rat, and he threatened them that, you know, I go to the precinct and I will snitch and I real rat. if you motherfuckers don't clear my goddamn name from that damn conversation. You know, he said Starting took money to help cover this shit up. Layla Wells probably took some money or some shit. We don't know. She don't want to deal with the boy, so she's questionable. Everybody that said fuck you and that boy is questionable to me. And that's why people that like you and other YouTubers, even Sarnetta 9 shit, people that are part of the movement, whether if they declared it or not, and they didn't put effort to, you know, help the movement and shit, at the end of the day, they winning. Those that fighting against it is mad and crying and boo-hooing and acting like bitches and calling my name and in vain, and because they mad and shit, and you know, trying to talk shit about people that's co-workers and participating in it. They just, now them your envious, jealous ass niggas, you know, they could have been a part of this. Anybody could have been a part of this, still can be a part of this. Now either you gonna fake the funk, or you really gonna join it. But you know, anybody could have been a part of this, and anybody could have been saying, yeah. But see, what it is, they still hoping that I fail and that this shit don't come through. And then they can say, see, I told you that bitch ass nigga Israel Doctrine was this, that, and the other. But if fuck around and get the W, them niggas they gonna look like silly ass niggas that was just crying like bitches, hating on what was going on over here. You know, hopefully they don't feel fucked up enough to where they split their goddamn wrists and open it up and the blood drain out their ass that they dead for hating like that. And you know, making themselves look like goddamn clowns for going against something that I would say is divine. You know, is you trying to put it in, yes, this is a divine act here. This is what religion is about, committing divine acts, divine services, speaking for those that can't speak for themselves. That's why you speak up for children. That's why you talk to them and they say that nigga touched me or this and that. Then you go to the officer of the law, or you might want to whoop his ass and then take him to the officers of the law and all of that, because you really don't want to be a vigilante and take somebody's life. But you speak up and you protect those that can't protect themselves. You know, the children and the old folks, and even the mentally, you know, challenging shit. But that ain't nothing that most people been taught, and that's something that most people don't give a fuck about. It ain't me and it ain't mine, so fuck 'em. I don't think that's the proper mentality to have.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. So before we close out, did you want to take any questions from the chat?
You know me, man. There's some people trying to get in touch with me, I guess, but I still got time. I'm here. I'm rocking out with you, man. You gave me truly the first opportunity to bring this to the masses, and you know, shit, everybody else right now is talk to you later. I'm talking to the man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, if they ask me, I'm telling you the man. It ain't me.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So we're gonna take a couple questions and then I'm gonna let you go, bro, because you know, I know you gotta keep spreading your message, bro, and that's what's important. I definitely appreciate you coming back through, man, and giving people what it is they need to know about this situation. So if y'all got any questions, put them in the chat right now. I'm gonna take questions for maybe about another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna let the OG go. So if y'all got any questions for Israel Doctrine, put them in the chat right now, family, and he gonna answer a couple questions. I'm gonna say about a good 3 to 5 questions, and then I'm gonna let him go. If y'all don't have any questions, I'm gonna let the brother go. So if y'all have any questions, put them in the chat right now. And shout out to everybody that's tuning in. You know, everybody that hit the like button. If y'all haven't yet, hit the like button. Shout out to everybody who has been watching from the bushes. I appreciate y'all too.
The Bush people.
Facts. So put y'all questions in the chat. Oh, the topic is you may have to watch you may have to watch it back, Candy. You may have to watch the stream back, but it's basically if you haven't heard, it's about what's been going on lately on YouTube with this whole Hasan Campbell and Afrika Bambaataa issue that's been being talked about for like the past 2 years. So might have to go back and watch it. I also can direct you to some other streams that's on my channel where you can see where this all started. You know, so but thanks for tuning in though. I'm still waiting for y'all questions. If y'all have any questions, put them in the chat, please. Somebody's asking for your Facebook, OG. You want to give out your Facebook? Somebody in the chat is asking for your Facebook.
My Facebook was what? The what happened to that boy movement Facebook group, or my
Yeah,
personal Facebook?
you could I think it'd be better if you direct them there. Yeah.
Well, even if I don't add you as a friend, I don't have no problem with people knowing my Facebook address. It's facebook.com/Israel Doctrine MCEO. Then you can also find me just as at Israel Doctrine. That is my company page. And then if you go to, you know, my page, which is Israel Doctrine MCEO, which is facebook.com/that, you can see on there that it say, please help us find a young man to stab Afrika Bambaataa. That's the group. So if I add you or don't add you, and you can see my page and see my, you know, my information there, if you see that, just hit that and you can get to the group. So that's how you can find me on there. You can use the hashtag P9Rs what happened, the number 2 that boy 2013, or hashtag WH2TB 2013. And you will find people posting on it. You will find information about the group, so on and so forth.
Okay, cool. Somebody in the chat asked, has any threats been put on your life?
Yes, Hasan made a threat. He made a couple, because he was saying anybody that's talking about him basically do like they do in Chicago. You know, if you did somebody in rap in Chicago, they call it drill music. Then they come and try to catch a body count. Then they be smoking on you and doing different stuff. Like, yeah, I killed your homeboy. We smoking on them. We throwing a party to him or whatever, and we got another body count. So Hasan was like, if anybody's making videos about me in the beginning, he was like, kill him, do this to him, do that to him, catch a body basically. Treat them like they was Bambaataa, treat them like they molest somebody. So I took that as a form of a threat to my life. And then he said he could get JoJo Capone, who was a decent name, big name dude in Chicago, to kill me. He also said it about Sinful to P because he from Chicago. I made a video on my channel like, so JoJo Capone is a send-off man for you. You could just call JoJo and say, I want you to kill some people. So if he just can't call him and do it, then as he said with Kev Gills, he'll take his YouTube earnings and donations and hire contract killers who will take his money to kill us. So he just said that about a couple people, couple things. He even made a slight hint at killing you, Dollar Skill, and people from New York. He felt was from New York because of Facebook and different stuff, and they say y'all from New York or whatever. That he would do something to y'all if he see you in New York because you know, you over here and you're a part of the movement. So that's why I said I took this also to be, you know, someone that will step in the gap for those that want to come out and deal with what happened to that board movement, because he was basically threatening the lives of those that participated in it, especially those that was more visible and things of that nature, like Ron Savage, Khalil Money, Sinetta, and those that eventually joined it, you know. So I was doing this to put eyes on the situation, ears on the situation, so he wouldn't be foolish enough to go out and try the things that he was threatening that he would do.
Okay, okay. Next question. It says, why did this become divine when you and Hasan had a disagreement?
It was divine at first. Like I said, I've been dealing with this 3 years before this Afrika Bambaataa thing even came out. I was dealing with a sister from the conscious community. She's no longer there. She was telling me she's trying to get out the conscious community, like niggas get out of the hood, the conscious hood. She knew these people. She'd been on panels with her. Her name is Abundance Child. You see her in the picture with Sinetta throwing up the signs and stuff and all the people up on her. And we did a show, and she came on there and said she was molested. I had several women that I was talking to personally from off of Facebook, and they said they've been molested. Some of them was even like 60, 70, and they was grandparents and stuff. And I was like, why don't you tell your children and your grandchildren so this thing won't happen again in your family? So I was dealing with stuff like this before. Like I said, when Pac said, let me show you how this affects our whole community. Now, Brenda really never knew her mom's in the dead was a junkie putting death in the sad because she doesn't even know. You know what I'm saying? The whole Brenda got a baby thing. When KRS-One saying it's 13 and good. You know what I'm saying? So even in my personal life, when I used to stay in California for a minute, there was somebody that basically got statutory rape. I think the dude was probably 17. She was probably 12 or something. I don't know. She was younger than me. I was 14. He was 17. She could have been 13, 12, 11. I don't even know. But anyway, I felt like I seen it but didn't know what it was, because motherfucker locked themselves in the bathroom and I couldn't really see what was going on in the bathroom. But I'm like, don't nobody go in no bathroom, a girl and a boy staying there that long. So years after I moved from California and remember that incident and was thinking that was some odd shit, it came out that the boy was really sleeping with the girl and messing with her. So I was like, damn, you know, I seen it but didn't know what it was, and I thought it was fucked up. It's been plenty of young ladies down here in which they father impregnated them and they had children by their father. So I've been seeing this shit and dealing with it. And therefore, when the Bambaataa shit came to the table, I was like, I'm a grown ass man. I got this info activist shit. Nigga, I'm finna fight against this shit. So, you know, once again, it's a divine service, it's a divine act. And divine is just saying it's holy. You know, sanctified means separate. So if I sanctify this cup to drink water out of it and not to dip shit or something, or dirt up out of it, the word don't make it, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's sanctified, meaning it's separate from this Vaseline jar. Now I can use this to keep Vaseline, or I can use this, you know what I'm saying? So these words, don't let them, you know, puzzle you. Divine is just saying it's a holy act. And you saying, well, standing up against pedophilia and pederasty, it became a holy act when you and her. No, it's been a holy act. It's a divine judgment on those who do those type of things. You know what I'm saying? That they go to the lake of fire. So it's everything is quote unquote, you know, especially if it tips to the polarity of the scale of good, then it's basically divine. It's holy and it's, you know, so don't let the words, you know, trip up the conversation of the thought.
Right, right. Any more questions? Do y'all have any more questions? If not, I'm gonna let my brother go, man. You know.
Well, once again, I appreciate it, man. I reached out to a couple people. If anybody listens to this and I ask you, when can I come over and do this and do that, and you feel like you want me over and you're not afraid of the flag mob and different stuff, I forgot to tell you that shit. I should have warned you. It came to my mind, and I was like, yeah, that nigga say he might send 90,000 people over here to flag your channel, but
Man, it's all good, man. Anytime, man. Just hit me up and I'll let you know when I'm free and you know, whatever you want to bring to the people. If you want to use my platform and we could both help each other, it's all good, man. It don't matter to me. I don't really care about none of that,
yeah,
man.
we got that understanding. We got it early. When we spoke like men, and I was like, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. Here go the information. And you,
Facts.
oh shit, I really didn't know. Thank you for informing me, because I was finna run with this shit and go this way. And I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to warn you, bro. Don't, do your research. And if you ain't got the information, here go the information. Now check that out. And shit, you an honest man, you're gonna take care of the situation now. I'm just info activism. I'm getting you the information so you can make it active how you feel in the community. So, and the other brothers and sisters, like I said, if y'all want me to come to your channel, y'all want to come to my channel and drop stuff, I don't want to talk about Hasan all the damn time. But when I talk, that tends to be my conversation. If I pull out there, come and talk to me, and you want to call in and talk Bible or talk marriage or talk sex or talk whatever the fuck you want to talk about, I don't talk about it with you, because I talk about everything. Shit. I talk about any and everything. It don't matter. If I don't know about it, shit, I'm gonna start asking questions. So if you want to bring something to my channel, or you want me to come to your channel, you think like, oh shit, this shit might blow up, and I want to do 2 or 3 interviews with them, so when people hit the search engine, they can find me, and I can be amongst the rest of them. I come give you 2 or 3 interviews or whatever, and then you can have this on your channel. When people look for it, they'll find me over there talking to it, and other channels won't be able to hog the conversation. And I help inform your audience of what's really going on as you ask me the questions for me to make clarity of, bring about clarity to what's going on.
No doubt, no doubt. I appreciate you, big bro, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. If y'all haven't yet, Underrated Darkness has posted Israel Doctrine's link to his channel. Y'all go over there, y'all show some support, and y'all stay in tune, man. This is DS1 Ross's Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, y'all, we gotta heal before we build. We gotta heal before we build. And today, man, was just clarification on everything that's been going on so we can understand how we should approach this situation and deal with certain people. Because a lot of times when we are lost on what's going on, we can't make the proper decisions. So I appreciate all the love and the support. Like I said, shout out again to my brother Israel Doctrine. Um, if y'all haven't yet, hit that like button, show some support. Um, the link is also in my description. Y'all can show some support that way. But I appreciate all of y'all tuning in, listening in. If you came in late, catch the playback so you can understand what this is all about. Also, I will be posting the previous streams I've done with my brother on this topic in my community section. So if you already have supported me and you hit that bell, you will see my post on your feed on the previous streams that I've done where we've been breaking this down from day one. So if you need to find out the beginnings of this whole discussion on the Zulu Nation and Hasan Campbell, it's right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, y'all. It's right here. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Much love to y'all. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. All right. Peace.